I couldn't really sleep because of indigestion. But anyways, before I start the video, this is actually taken like a few days after I made the main part of this video, by the way. I just wanted to show you my movie World Star. You can actually buy these stars at the gift shop in Movie World. However, of course, and you can choose your name. Not a lot of products. Products with names actually have my name on it. But if I can find it, I'm happy. Even though I don't buy all of them, and the sensor light just went out. But the problem is that the sensor is actually placed in the wrong place. So I have to walk all the way here, and then it will actually activate because the sensor is right there. You can see the little bump. That's the sensor. So yeah, onto your scheduled program. Hello YouTube, Kevin here, and it is me. I'm actually back again in the Australia house. I'm gonna make a short video about this Toshiba Satellite A300, and here's the battery for it. I do believe this battery is probably like toast already. Does try and hold some charge though. And here's the problem. Oh my gosh. I actually already unscrewed the covers on the bottom beforehand, so that I could cut off some time and not have to unscrew the covers myself. I also got my E1181 MacBook, and if anyone wants to ask about this iPod, this is a Griffin iClear case. This is an 80GB classic 6th generation, and it works perfectly. I got all my TV shows on here, and I keep both my old and new music on here. If I can just wake it up here, and yeah, there isn't really much to see here, except that sometimes the click wheel wouldn't even read, and of course you can see it's kind of gray there because of course this iPod Classic, they use hard drives, so it will take a time for them to read. But there isn't really much to see here in terms of that. Now, actually, over on my MacBook here, there is actually 3GB of RAM, and later on we'll see how it is like to try and use the 2GB stick from here. This has 2GB of RAM obviously, and it's a single stick. I'm gonna plug in this. I rigged up this power adapter for this since there wasn't any other power adapter that I had on hand, and it lights up power that is going in. I can turn it on here. This computer has a pretty good sound system. It's branded as a Harman Kardon sound system, and I'm not sure how this compares to like the HP ones with Beats audio. But anyways, there is no hard drive in here. If I actually use the hard drive in here for the MacBook, and it has actually been working fine. And now the problem with this computer is that you will actually see Windows loading files, and then loading files into RAM, and then watch when it actually loads. Again, this is without the battery. Did you just see that? It actually will just shut off while starting up. And I found that this computer will only run on battery power. However, because its battery probably lasts like maybe 10 minutes or something, I haven't really tested this, but because of this, it will only run on battery power. It's probably because this power adapter that I rigged up for it doesn't have enough power, so I can't really do much with it. I have one of the 2 recovery discs in there, and yeah, I'm gonna just show you what's on the bottom here. That would be where the battery would have went, and there's something very interesting about this computer, and there's a Windows Vista Home Premium license. Sorry for the bad lighting, but it is brighter in real life. And here's the sticker on the bottom for this. 19 volts at 4.74 amps. If I actually pull out my power adapter, this is actually a Targus AP300, but I never got the tips for this, so I pretty much just spliced this. But the problem is that it only says 90 watts, so I don't even know. But this probably would require something like a 150 or 180 watt power adapter, it seems. I've already unscrewed the bottom cover so that I wouldn't have to waste time to do that. But over here is where the hard drive would have went. This is just an empty caddy, and I taped the screws to it. There was a tab, you could just pull out the hard drive, and that's the serial ATA connector for that. And then under here you got your RAM. It takes DDR2 RAM, and there's some weird kind of daughter card here. I don't know what that is, but it looks like a daughter card of some kind, probably like a battery controller or something. And it is a single 2GB stick of RAM. Yes, Samsung branded stick, and the Toshiba part number sticker on the other side. And here's the best part. There's this weird compartment here. It has an artifact for what looks like another serial ATA connector. It's very weird. I don't know what would have went in here. It doesn't look like it's big enough to accommodate a hard drive, and I really don't understand what's with this compartment here. It has some kind of plastic insulation, like as though a hard drive would have went in here, but this probably could have been a place to put a solid state drive. And I don't even, yeah, I really do think that this is probably like a space for like a solid state hard drive to be installed here. And I don't even know if they really Toshiba actually shipped models of these that had dual hard drives and the disk drive. But yeah, it does of course have a disk drive in it, as I because I booted off the disk just now. And I'm gonna plug back the power adapter. I'm gonna just leave the covers out because I'm lazy. Plug in the AC. Of course, it will still boot up into the BIOS setup. It uses inside H2O BIOS I mean. Yep, there's 2 GB of RAM, and there is a few languages, it seems. There's all these features that it's got, and illumination LED. If I set it off here, basically
illumination LED option is for like the eye candy LEDs. Like, it's not really important. You can turn off the eye candy LEDs on here. Seems that you can actually send a Raycon LAN signal to the Wi-Fi adapter, like as though it would probably be connected to Wi-Fi even while powered off. Weird. There's of course Toshiba's USB sleep and charge feature. You can plug in your iPod or iPhone or whatever and charge it in sleep mode or when it's powered off, I believe. 5-volt standby basically. Full SETA mode enabled. Ethernet, CPU frequency and stuff. You can set the output to, I mean the S video output. This thing has a S video output in it, and you can use it to NTSC U/C, NTSC J, and PAL video. BIOS password, boot menu. So yeah, there is no hard drive in here. If I just take the power adapter out. On the left you have VGA, fan vent, S video, Ethernet, 2 USB ports for sleep and charge. Sleep and charge. There's a Firewire 800. It looks like mini Firewire connector. There's an express card slot up here. On the front you got your Wi-Fi switch. It is off, but I can set it to on if I want to. Then there is the there's some kind of blanking plate. SD card reader, microphone, headphones. This is actually a rotary encoder for the volume control. On this side here you have 2 USB ports, which are also sleep and charge enabled. There is this connector here, which I do believe is for some kind of subwoofer. There's your disk drive, power input, and laptop lock port. There's of course your MacBook style hinge. I mean, really. The Windows Vista era was when computer companies started to prefer design over function and copy other computer companies, especially Apple. Look at the style of the hinge that they got. They really did copy Apple, but one thing they did not copy was to put the speakers behind, and then later of course they copied Apple when they put the speakers under the keyboard, which on the plastic MacBooks they put the left speaker, the right speaker, and then the subwoofer is the one that's under the keyboard. And one thing I would like to do is to try this RAM stick in the MacBook. When I previously had it, it was choosy about its RAM, and so I had 3 gigabytes of RAM. So as you can see here, 3 gigabytes of RAM, and the stripe pattern that you're seeing on your screen is just a result of the camera itself. It's not there in real life. And now I'm gonna just Command Q and just shut it down using the power button. Press power, press enter, and you're shutting down already. And I'm gonna just wait for this to shut down safely first before I actually take out the battery. And of course, when I put this thing back up, it will always ask me to sign in to Google Drive. Basically, it will ask me to give root permissions to Google Drive to help it to finish updating. However, it will always forget the permissions every time I log on. So now I'm gonna use my nail and take the battery out. I put these 2 pieces of cloth here to prevent it, so that if I push the battery, it will actually click the mouse. And I also put this piece of tissue here. This is actually tissue, but I put it here to hold the hard drive in place. This is not the original palm rest for these, so I taped up the serial number information and stuff. And there is supposed to be a metal cover here, like this graphic shows, but when I got this, it was missing the cover. I do believe this slot is the 2GB stick. Yeah, it is a 2GB stick. So I will put that back in. Nope. I mean, I will put that back in. Is it in? Oh yeah, I think it is. This must be the 1GB. The other 1GB stick that was originally in here is in my LG E300. Even though that thing is probably like in a state of disrepair, it still works and I still use it to do whatever I need to do that requires a Linux system. So I'm gonna pull out this RAM stick here, 2GB. I'm gonna stick it in, label side down, push this in. And I'll be happy if this actually works. Hold on, let me just put my cloth to stop them. And there's always this thing, I always have to put the cloth and I put the battery in, or else I can push the battery to click them. I mean, I can click the mouse using the battery. And there's actually a bad thing, because if I have it on my lap, it would act like as though there was a stuck trackpad button issue. So yeah. And of course I did have to manually enable tap to click. I also manually had to enable the HU Android camera app size limit thing. I hate the stock Android camera app for its 20 minute size limit. I really wish I could just turn it off. I really wish I could root my Nexus 5 phone and put all the cool things like the custom fonts that custom fonts is actually a thing you can do on Samsung Galaxy phones out of the box. However, of course, I'm using Nexus 5. Nexus phones have stock Android, and you cannot change the font. You are locked to the Roboto font. Let me just try and get the battery in. Come on. Get in properly. Come on. I think I don't want to put the cloth this time. But strange is not staying in. What the heck? Hold on, this is not supposed to be. Oh, come on. I can't even get the battery in properly, it seems. But then I'll just leave it like this as long as the battery connector still touch. Then I'll boot this up. Great, that's a good sign. At least there is a 2GB stick that actually works. And I think I may just want to use this Toshiba as a parts unit. Or probably just sell it on eBay as a parts unit. So yup, it is actually booting up. Previously when I tried the other 2GB RAM stick from my LG E300, it wouldn't even boot. But it's great that this one actually works. Great, I just maxed out the RAM to 4GB. And of course I can press the battery to make it click. Yeah, I can feel it clicking. Stock camera apps nicely. Yeah, if you notice that it actually loaded the yellow color profile, and then when I logged on, it changed the color profile. So I don't know how to set like the color profile for the root account. And for some reason, it's been screwing up with my like plain desktop background color. I'm gonna go. You have to wait. This is the problem I've been talking to you about. Every time I restart my computer, Google Drive will always ask me to sign in. It does not do this on my iMac. If I actually sometimes get fed up that I don't even sign in unless I want to sync a file or something. Of course, it's loading my Twitter and Skype since I got those to open or log on. I don't want you to see my Skype. But sorry for sidetracking here. I know my teacher in class actually sidetracks a lot. Okay, that's more like it. I'm gonna just command Q about and more. You can already see it here, but I prefer to go into more info. But yep. So as you can see here, it is actually recognizing 4GB of RAM, and that's actually very good. Yay! I got 4GB. If J Wakefield of Video Sans Frontier was actually in the Skype chat with me. Actually, none of my Facebook Tech Enthusiast members are actually in my Skype contacts, except for because I connected Facebook to my Skype. But yep, it is actually saying 4GB of RAM. So this is Kevin signing off. This has been my quick look at the broken Toshiba Satellite A300, and thanks for watching.